All right. Without further ado, let's commence the today's session. Good evening, everybody, and thank you very much for joining our session for today. My name is Idowu Mishile. I'm the head of operations at Project Partner Data Solutions, and we are honored to have our distinguished presenter today in the person of Mrs. Abigail Orofin. We've been friends since that should be 2018 when we went to to Yaba, Abi, for Save the Children. Yes,
Correct.
I remember. Save the Children. It was a very interesting time we had then, and we've done a lot of work together. Like I used to say, she's my go-to person. No matter that work I take, I know that last, if I call Sister Abigail, like I used to call her, she will turn up for me. So once again, thank you very much for joining our session today, and we consider it a very rare privilege to have you here. So before I proceed, I would like to do a brief bio of our presenter. Then we'll give her the floor to talk to us directly. And I'm very convinced that today's session is going to really enlighten a lot of people, especially those that are looking to enter into the field of research, working as research assistants. It's really going to enlighten you because our presenter is a veteran. She has made a lot of money. Me, I'm still learning a lot from her. But we know that we are now these children that have become adults. So we are following your footsteps, man. We will soon get there by God's grace. So Mrs. Orofin Abigail is a medical parasitologist with over 9 years professional experience in social and public health research. She obtained a Bachelor of Science in Zoology and Master of Science in Medical Parasitology, both from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. She moved into research fully with a health non-governmental organization in 2016. Her expertise in research includes proposal writing, research design and methodologies, data collection training, data analysis, and report writing. She is well versed in qualitative research as a professional in use of Atlas T. She worked on notable projects with Mercy Corps, GIZ, Nutrition International, UNDP, USAID, though USAID is no longer functioning for now, UNICEF, United Kingdom Department of Health and Social Care, Foundation for Innovative New Diagnostics, Imperial College London, Center for Integrated Health Program, Save the Children International, and Federal Ministry of Health, among others. She is currently the lead positive consultant and co-founder in Light World Geoscience Consult, Ile-Ife, Osun State, Nigeria. I told you that we brought a big wig today. Though she's quiet and she's just being low key, but her key is very, very high. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me, Mrs. Abigail Orofin, who is going to talk to us about her experience to be a research assistant. Thank you very much. You are welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much for having me. And I want to appreciate the leadership of Project Partner Data Solutions for this wonderful platform to interact and to learn. Thank you very much for the opportunity, sir. I'm not taking it for granted. Thank you. And thank you to our audience for joining us. Now to the business of the day. I'm going to be talking to us about how I came about my journey in the field of research, and also we'll be looking at the key points to make the most of a career in the field of research as a research assistant. So, to the first business of the day, which is my journey in the field of research. Before I even talk about my journey, what exactly is this field of research that we are talking about? Now, research is the systematic investigation of a concept or a material to get facts and to reach conclusion. So that is what we do. That is the research we are talking about. Now, I came about my journey in the field of research as an undergraduate student and also as a postgraduate student. Although these two fields of these two experiences at these two different times were more of experimental research or laboratory research, where we work in the laboratory, studying on them, undergoing organisms, studying them, and then collecting, recording data, which is the data collection, thereafter analysis, then reporting, dissemination, and all of that. So that is that for the experimental research. For my journey into social and public health research started towards the end of my postgraduate program. At that time, while I was rounding up with my postgraduate program, I was thinking of what to do afterwards because relocation was necessary for me because I was about to get married then. So I knew I was going to relocate. I was thinking that what would I be doing now that I have postgraduate experience? So a friend in church, then Mr. Mayo Adediran, he who happened to be a sociologist. So we got talking that day and he started enlightening me on what I could do. So he was in the field of research. So he started telling me that you can go into research, help people to collect data, analyze data, and you can, you know, earn a living. So I was like, wow. So I discussed it with my supervisor, then my postgraduate and supervisor. So I shared the idea with him and he also bite into the idea. And this person that introduced me to research now told me that, okay, there's a way that I could learn this. There's no way I can go into this learning without being trained. So he recommended a particular research organization situated in Ife. He recommended the organization to me. The name of the organization is Academy for Health Development. So when he recommended the organization to me, the challenge then was, okay, how do I get the CEO of this organization? So I spoke to my supervisor. So he happened to, luckily for me, he had a relationship with the CEO of the research organization. So he introduced me to the CEO and that was it. So I started with the NGO as an intern. I did my internship with AHED for 1.5 years. And as an intern, when you are going in for internship like that in the place where I trained, you have to write a list of all the things you would want to learn so that as time goes on, you'll be able to check yourself. Oh, have I achieved this? Have I been able to achieve this and all of that? So while in AHED, I met a mentor in the person of Dr. Ajidagba. So he happens to be in the field of qualitative. He was doing qualitative research, quantitative research too, I mean. But then, as at that time, I'm talking about 2000. No, I'm talking about 2017 now. He qualitative research was very green then. People were doing more quantity. So quali was green. So he introduced me to the field of quali, you know, and all of that. He was very interested in that field then. So the mentorship started and all of that. So I developed interest for qualitative research where I built my expertise. So now in the journey of research, for me, I would like to tell us about some of those things that interested me in research. Now, one of the things that interested me in research was that, addition to knowledge. When I got into it, I saw that I was having more knowledge. I was learning more, gaining more insight into the things that ordinarily I I would not even think of knowing. When you are researching, when you are systematically investigating something, you get to have new ideas. And in my 9 years, even in my 9 years of research, now I have I've been involved in more than 50 projects. I've been involved in more than 50 projects around humanitarian studies, public health studies, social health research, environmental studies, even security. So of which, if not for this research, I might not have been able to, have a knowledge of all of these things. And of course, when you are working, the financial benefit is also there. Now, one of the things I love about research is that number one, like I mentioned the other time, you get updated. You have lived um experiences. You have that that feeling, that life feeling of, oh, this is what is happening. You get updated. And another thing is that research keeps your brain active. You are always reasoning. At times as a researcher, you may sleep for 6 hours, but in the actual sense, you've only slept for 2 hours, because out of that 6 hours, you are thinking, oh, I want to collect this data. How do I go about it? What are the hurdles I have to surmount? How do I do my community entry? How do I get my respondents? How do I go about it? As an analyst into research, you'll be thinking, oh, how do I make sense of this data? How do I go about this pattern? What are the emerging things? You know? And at times when I'm sleeping, I have my jotter beside me, that as the idea is coming like that, once I just with one eye, I'll just be scripting something down. That okay, so that I will not forget this idea. So it gives you opportunity to critically think, keeps your brain active, and also you get to meet people. As a researcher, you meet people, because you'll be on the field. If you are on the field, you get to meet different people. As an analyst, you find yourself among a team of people working. You meet different people, and from there your network starts. The network starts. Now, for the challenges, well, one of the key challenges is having to meet with deadlines. As a researcher, in research, rather, there are deadlines, there are timelines to every project. Projects are not just open like that. When there's a project, the first thing you ask, okay, how much time do I have? There are deadlines, and at times, having to meet these deadlines when you have a lot of jobs on your hands is somehow challenging. As a researcher, you don't have public holiday when there are jobs for you. You don't have weekend when there are jobs. In fact, at times you have to work all through the night. So meeting deadlines is one of the challenges, but of course, there's a way about it to meet with your deadline. And also the field work too. That if you're on the field working, the stress, you have that stringent time to work, stress, you work morning till evening, you come back home, you want to contact your respondents for the next day, and all of that. It's somehow tiring for those periods of time. Another challenge is the challenge of safety, especially when you are working on the field. At times you find yourself in rural areas where never been to. There's this challenge. We've heard of researchers, you know, being kidnapped, some sexually harassed, and all of that. So those are some of the challenges. But of course, there's always a way around it to maintain your safety rules. Keep to the safety rules. Work in teams. When you get to an environment and you are sensing danger, you see two people putting two of the two, three indigens putting their heads together and all of that, you are sensing danger, you quickly report to your supervisor or your PI, and you quickly move away from there, because safety comes first. So these are some of the challenges. Like I said, there are challenges that one can always work around. Now, to the second aspect of our discussion, which is the key point. What are those things to make the most of your career in the field of research as a research assistant. As a research assistant. Now there are two variables here, career and research assistant. Now, what is a career? A career to me is an occupation undertaken for a significant or a specific part of a person's life. You undergo it for a significant part of your life with the aim of, you know, improving, developing yourself later. So that's what career is all about. Now, research assistant. Who is a research assistant? A research assistant is a person who helps, the person helps or assists a researcher to do what? One, collect data and or analyze data. That is who a research assistant is. Having established this fact, how do you make the most of your career as a research assistant? The first thing, which is the most paramount thing, is personal development, skill development. You see, the field of research is not a field like this normal trading. For instance, you want to go into selling of provisions now. You just go to the market. Once you have the fund, you go to the market, you buy your provisions, you hope once you have a shop, you display your goods and people just come to buy. In a field of research is an intellectual thing, whether you are working on the field as a data collector or as a data analyst. It's an intellectual thing. So the first thing to do is to develop yourself, get the requisite skills, get the skills needed for it. Remember that when I was talking about my journey in the field of research, I mentioned that I had to go to a particular research organization for training and mentorship. So for you to get the requisite skills, you have to undergo training. You have to be trained. You have to read. You have to read wide to get the requisite skill. And then you have to be mentored. Mentoring, you are looking at people, how they are doing it. You have to be mentored. Also, there's no, after you have been trained, you have been mentored, you need to have this hands-on. You need to do hands-on. You need to get to practice all that you have been trained on. And how do you get this hands-on? One of the things from personal experience is that you have to volunteer. Volunteering is very key when you are starting, because as a research assistant, if you don't volunteer to work, there is nobody, there is no how you can gain experience as a research assistant. The truth is, when we started, nobody will entrust his data collection to you if you don't have the experience. Nobody will entrust his data to you to analyze if you have not done it. So for you to get that experience, you have to, volunteer, help people to work. I know it. Okay, just allow me do this for you. So you check. If you volunteer to work, by the time you get out and someone wants to engage you, they ask you, have you done it before? Of course you have done it before. Either by volunteering or you got paid for it. You've done it before. So you have to volunteer. For instance, I want to share one experience with you. While I was doing my internship, a colleague of mine who was very vast in research then, he started collecting jobs. That day he got a job, and he told me about it. So, and me, I've undergone so many trainings in that organization, so many, this qualitative training, adaptive training, and analysis training. I've been under series of trainings. But I've not been able to do, I've not been able to single-handedly handle a project back to back. So I seized the opportunity. I said, okay, let me have that job. I'll do the transcription. They've already collected the data. I said, I'll do the transcription, I'll do the coding, I'll do the reporting. You don't worry. That year I was determined. I said, just let me have it. Let me do everything. So you just look at it. At the end of the day, if you feel like whatever you feel like my job works, you can just, give me something. So that was it. And he entrusted the job to me, gave it to me. I did everything. Then I was happy. I said, yes, I can now get jobs. I can now handle jobs. I can do the transcription of the job. I can do the coding. And I can report. So you can never overemphasize the place of volunteering when you are just starting. It is not everyone that is lucky to say, okay, if someone gives you a job without asking you whether you've done it before or whatever. So you just have to volunteer so that you'll be able to perfect your skills. Another key point to note is your dedication to your job. Research involves dedication. If you are involved on a project, you have to be dedicated to the project. There's one thing I do personally. Once I'm on a project, once I've agreed to be involved in a project, and during that particular period, everything I'm thinking about is your project. Everything I'm thinking about is your project. In fact, if you wake me, the middle of the night, say, okay, yeah, what are the objectives of this work? How are you going to? I will tell you because I'm already in the spirit of that job at that particular time. There are some clients that when we are discussing with them, they've even forgotten their objectives. Me, that I'm analyzer, I will be the one to tell them, okay, for this objective, this is this objective, this is how we go about it. So you have to put in all your spirit in that job at that particular time to be able to make success. Another key thing is to make it as a research assistant is to brand yourself. Branding is very key. Packaging, brand yourself. Make yourself a special that special research assistant that people will be looking for. If you are collecting data, make yourself that special person that, oh, this data, if anybody sees my work, if anybody listens to my interview, if anybody sees my data, they know that this data is perfect. This data is perfect. So you need to brand yourself, give in your best, give your work swags, you know, give your work swag that they say, no, this one is different. Because each day we get to meet with clients and they'll be like, oh, this person, what this person said about you is true. Because they know your work that if this person wants to work for you, this person will first of all ask you for this particular details. If you have them, go ahead with the work. This person, in your report, you see diagrams, you see images. You have to brand your work, package yourself, package it well. When you do that, you make it in the field of research. And how are you going to brand yourself? Again, you do quality work for people. Quality work. Like I said, once you agreed to take up that job, you need to do quality job. I've been on the field with different people that at times there was this job, there was this data collection job I took up like some years ago. When I got there, I said, hey, these research assistants, they are very well. Within, I mean, number one, the pay wasn't good. And because of that, research assistant they have a way of, say it's not good, so let me just do whatever, drop the data for him. I found myself in such a gathering. I was like, if I don't opt out, we've already started collecting the data. If I don't, and my team was slow. It was a quantitative survey. Others on day three, they had already collected like 100 and something data. Myself and my partner, we were just on 20 something. And I was like, how did you people get all of this? They have a way of doing their things. But I had to opt out. If I don't leave, I will join them. And this is not me. So you deliver quality job that when your client sees it, the person will know that yes, this job is quality. When it is quality, they will call you another day for jobs. And remember, your colleagues that you did that job together, they know. When they also get job somewhere, they'll say, I know someone who can deliver for you. That colleague that you manipulated job, when they see some job, they will not call you because both of you are manipulators. So quality job, and also as part of your packaging, meeting deadlines should be there as well. I know it's not easy for researchers, especially when your hands are busy. But like I mentioned the other time, in research there's timeline. Try as much as possible to meet deadlines. If at all you are going to default for whatsoever reason, reach out to your clients. Let them know that, okay, I will not be able to meet up with this timeline. This is what I have. I always ask, this is what I have. Do you want to have it? And I'll say, okay, this I'll be able to meet up on so day. It's not nice, it's unethical, it's uncalled for someone to engage you and you've agreed on a particular date for delivery and your number becomes unreachable. This person becomes frustrated. It becomes frustrated. So you need to try as much as possible to meet deadline. If not, to politely, tell your client that you will not be able to meet up. Another thing to make it in the field of research is also to build good networks. If you build good networks, you will get jobs. People will call you. Like I mentioned, if you're on the field, you build good networks, your co-researchers will call you, you build good network. Like Mr. Ido said, we met in Lagos that year, and since then we've been working together. We've been working together since then. We've done so many jobs together and all of that. Build good networks, and you get good job. And also you try to use job site as a research assistant. You have the expertise, you are dedicated to your work, you deliver quality jobs and all of that. You need to get jobs to do. How do you get these jobs apart from one-on-one relationship? You can visit job sites. We have NGO sites, we have United Nations job sites where you can solve get there are data collection jobs there. There are analysis jobs there and all of that. So you can visit all those sites and you get something to do. Another thing which is very, very key in making it in the field of research as a research assistant is for you to diversify. Don't be stereotyped. Diversify. How do I mean? Don't box yourself in a corner to say, I just want to be a data collector. I just want to be collecting data for people. I want to be a field officer only. No. You want to make it as a research assistant, your data collection skill is there, is very key. Learn how to, facilitate trainings. Okay. Learn how to write proposals. Proposal writing. There are some times that, people may call you, okay, come and write a technical aspect of this research. Since you are into analysis, you are into field work, you can get such opportunities. So develop expertise in proposal writing. For quantitative jobs, you develop scripting skills, data management. Also for qualitative, you can also involve yourself in data transcription. Learn how to do it, especially when you are just starting. I've seen some people, I've been on the field before that someone told me we just finished conducting interview and she told me she doesn't know how to do transcription. She doesn't know how to do any other thing apart from collecting data. Learn how to do transcription, learn how to do proofreading of transcripts, analysis, and report writing. Because research is very, very wide. And if you don't get a job as a field officer, there will still be other things to do. When people go to the field to collect data, of course, when they come back, there are so many other things to do. So if you don't have the opportunity of going to the field, if you are lucky, you get transcription job. If you are lucky, you get proofreading job or analysis job or reporting job. Because you need to get your hands to do something if you are choosing being a researcher as a career. If you have all the requisite skills and there's nothing to do, it doesn't make sense. You just be frustrated. So you just have to diversify, know how to do so many things so that you'll be able to be happy, be fulfilled in that career. So in conclusion and in summary, you need to develop yourself. Develop yourself. Be dedicated. Deliver quality jobs. Deliver quality jobs. Diversify. Diversify. Brand yourself. And with God, you'll be fine. Thank you very much for having me.
Whoa! Can I get some applause? Can I get some applause? Please, please, please hit me, hit me, hit me. Oh yeah, now let's have it. Woo! Ah, it's Abigail. You don't scatter ground. You don't scatter ground. Wow. This is my. I'll be taking notes. See, we have to talk after this. So me and you need to talk privately because you don't scatter ground. Whoa! Wow, that's so much. Oh, yes, I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna acknowledge your hand, but let me do a brief recap so that you know that I'm actually following. So, our presenter has said important tips to make it in the field of research. Number one, work for others. You learn from them and gain experience. Do internships, and she shared her experience in the Academy for Health Development. Brand yourself. Brand yourself. Do quality job. Build good networks. He said, build good networks. Try to use job sites, e.g., United Nations. She said she's an international person. She's going on UN job sites. Don't box yourself in a corner. Build skills. Said, don't just stay with the skill that you have. Learn how to do others. Please, somebody drop another round of applause for our speaker. Thank you very much. I'm so happy. In fact, it's a privilege to have you on this meeting. It's a privilege. When international speaker, like, go alone. Woo! Come on. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's fantastic. In fact, I'm blessed
Thank
in
you.
your circle. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you. Oh, yeah, audience now. Let me get from you. Who has something to say? Okay, let me get feedback, questions, and all this stuff. Anybody? Anybody? I have two questions. Nobody talks. If after this question nobody talks, we end the meeting. Okay, Dr. Ada, I acknowledge your hand. Any other person, please. Let me take the hands before I start calling people so that question will not be pressing question. Dr. Ada, you have the floor, please.
Okay, thank you for having me. I'm just going to be brief. First, I want to appreciate our presenter, who, of course, has spoken so well, and I would just want to add a little to what she has said because I still do not know the level of hunger people have to becoming a researcher. Why do I say so? When we started this, I can never forget that we did jobs that did not even concern us. I don't know if Mr. Idowu will remember that Idowu, you and I stayed up for like 3 or 4 nights trying to do a law project. And we were reading and reading and reading law that ordinarily should not concern us. But as funny as it might sound, we delivered that work. And then I think it was in our final year. I'm saying some good years ago. That was in 2011, 2012, thereabouts. So you see, why I'm saying this is the people we have now, a lot of them they have too many things struggling for their attention. And there is this fear that, if I do this, will I have job? If I do this, who will hire me? I so much love what the presenter has said. After learning, of course, try and diversify.
But please package yourself. There are some persons that we taught how to write. Today they charge more than what we do because of packaging. We will still have some level of conscience. I pay 100K now. Those ones will close their eyes and tell you 180K. And when they
Yes.
come back to report that this is how much they have charged, you'll be like, are you sure they will
Ẹ̀yin ọmọ
pay?
ìláyà
Yeah,
o.
they have paid, Oga.
They will pay the
You know,
money.
so in fact, if it is possible, Mr. Idowu, please.
Hello. Please continue, sir. You have the floor. Please, can anybody else hear Dr. Ada? It seems from my side I'm not hearing him. Or is it only from my side?
He's
Okay,
on
Dr. Ada,
mute.
it seems you're on mute, sir. Okay, while we are waiting for him, somebody asked what services we offer. Project Partner Data Solutions is a research consultancy. We provide quantitative and qualitative research consulting, including research design, data collection, analysis, report writing. We do training and internships, field data collection, technical report writing. We also work with software procurement for analytical software. I've shared our website address on the page so that you can be able to see the slew of services that you do. And we also have a wide network of people that we work with, including our veteran, our guest, Mrs. Abigail Orofin, the great researcher. All right, does anybody else have anything to say? We want to wrap up this discussion today, and you can be sure that this presentation will be shared on our YouTube channel, where you'll be able to get access to all the discussions that are holding right here, right now. Okay, so does anybody have anything they want to say, please? Anybody? Oh yeah, now let's do this together. Anybody. I'll be sharing our presenters LinkedIn channel, LinkedIn account, LinkedIn profile, so that you can be able to hit her. Please connect with her. Don't let her go. Hold that skirt. Hold that very well. She will link you up, and you see, she's a big woman, rolling in dollars, but she just be humble and quiet like that. Let's make this money together. That's how we are here. We want to make this money.
We are together now.
No, let's make it so everybody. The purpose of putting this training together is because we want to enlighten you that there is money in the field of research, and also there's career plan for you in the field of research. We want to guide you on what it means to be a researcher. That's why we are bringing different people that are practitioners, not just social media data analysts, not just LinkedIn and Instagram data analysts, but we're talking about people that really practice research, and not just people that just started yesterday and they come and say, I'm happy to announce that I have shaken. I'm talking about people that have staunch experiences over the years, and these people will be ready to work with you at any point in time. So, and the one good thing is that all the people that we have featured on this program so far are very open-minded. If you contact anybody, they will gladly attend to you. They will answer your questions, and they will give you all the information that you may require. I have shared the LinkedIn account of our speaker on the WhatsApp page, on the chat. So I also checked on the chat page for this training program, the WhatsApp page for the Building a Career as a Research Analyst. So as we round up for today, Mrs. Orofin, I don't know if you have any last words for us as we wrap up our discussion for today.
Okay. My last word is just that we should develop ourselves. Let's develop ourselves. Let's diversify. And this research field is a very, very interesting field to be in. But the main thing you need to just stay in there is develop yourself. With self-development, packaging, the sky will be your limit. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ma. So, like I told you earlier, our organization is called Project Partner Data Solutions. We are a research consultancy, and we have a number of services that we provide. We have a training brochure that we have sent for the year 2025. You can download it from this link bit.ly/PPDS brochure. Mr. Please let me post this link in the chat, bit.ly/PPDS brochure. And you can follow us on LinkedIn. You see Project Partner Data Solutions. Just search for us, you'll find us there. And so this seminar series continues until the 13th of April. That's next month. And we'll meet us here every day, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So we have a training in NVivo. It's a qualitative data analysis software that has started and it's very interesting. So the next edition is going to hold in the month of June and then October. But if you wish to join the current one, you can still hop in. Hopefully, we'll be able to plug in one somehow. Our starter training is holding in the month of March. From next week, okay, from next week, by God's grace, our training is data. And then our Atlas T training is holding in the month of April, data analysis Atlas T. And we have an advanced training, data analysis SPSS. It is corrosive, it is expansive, it is immersive, it is every sieve that is good. So it's holding on the 21st to 23rd and 20th to 30th of March this year. You don't want to miss this training. All these videos will be, like I said, will be on our, so you can contact us through this account, ppdsife@gmail.com. That's our phone number. And our YouTube channel is at Project Partner Data Solutions. You'll be able to see all the videos for this seminar series there. So till next week again, when we meet, please keep doing research, keep doing data analysis, keep branding yourself, keep learning, and keep doing a good job. I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Ms. Orofin. Thank you, our participants. Thank you, Project Partner Solutions team. And thank you, Mr. Orofin. Thank you for joining us. I wish everybody a wonderful and blessed week ahead.
Thank you.